Next Wednesday at 9 on Central, a sparkling new mini-series.
We'll meet again.
Judith Kranz's Till We Meet Again. The lives, loves and conflicts of 3 generations of France's finest champagne dynasty, with an all-star cast headed by Michael York.
I will not tolerate the kind of life you've been living. Boys, parties.
You ruined my life.
Judith Kranz's Till We Meet Again. Next Wednesday at 9 on Central.
In 20 minutes or so, we have an eerie ghost story for you when Bernard Hepton stars in A Woman in Black. Before that, with news.
I'm going to get changed. The coffee's right there.
Gold blend. I'm impressed. I'll get it, shall I? Hello. Good evening. Do you want the lady of the house? Well, she's getting changed. Could I offer you a coffee?
Golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Who was at the door?
We said he was a neighbor. I told him you were in the bedroom.
And did you tell him who you are?
He didn't ask. Great coffee.
Hurry up, boys, you'll be late.
Good morning, missus.
Bye. Hi, Mum. Tea ready yet, Mum? Just a moment. This kitchen's nice and new, but it isn't nice and clean. But it'll be clean in a flash. Flash is faster than other liquids because used neat, it starts dissolving greasy handprints on contact, on tiles, on sinks. So when you've got to dash, wipe out dirt in a flash.
Just one more greeting to add to the 1.5 billion we've already delivered this Christmas.
That's it, we won the bet.
I think he's eaten the entire menu. I think he's done it. Hold on. Okay, you had the chicken, right?
It's right there.
You had the chili cheeseburger, right? Pepsi? What about this other Coke? He doesn't drink any other Coke.
The bet's off.
Tony, we said the bet was everything on the entire menu.
Stanley, you're not going to really make him drink that, are you?
All right, it's on the house. Get out of here. You guys kill me, man. You kill me.
To the penguin. Fly like a penguin. Get severed every time. To the penguin. Penguin.
Persil green cap. Persil green cap. Persil green cap. Persil red green cap. Persil red cap. Persil red cap.
You can now buy another Persil liquid, original non-biological, with a red cap.
Clausthaler. Could anyone but the Germans brew it?
Come over to the home of great savings. Coal sale starts Boxing Day. There's up to 30% off famous name upholstery, including Christie Tyler, Bridgecraft and Urquhart. A superb 1/3 off beautiful ranges of dining furniture. Stylish bedrooms reduced by up to 25%. Dream savings. Every bed reduced by up to 25%. Furnish your home with a new carpet and save up to 20%. Plus a fabulous clearance of display kitchens with savings up to half price. Coal sale starts Boxing Day at Great Bridge Road, Bilston and Fenton, Stoke-on-Trent.
TCH. Have cars, vans, trucks all over. TCH. For brand new photo over. TCH.
Get all your problems over.
TCH will drive ahead with you. Cha 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 cha. TCH.
That's TCHarrison.
TCH.
There's no comparison.
Get JCB.
From TCHarrison.
TCH will drive ahead with you. Cha cha cha.
There's an awful lot going on in the Central region, things that you may be organising for your community that would be interesting for others to hear about. Perhaps you run a day centre or playgroup. Maybe your organisation needs volunteers or helpers. Well, if you tell me about it, you could fill this space. I need the information well in advance. The more notice, the more chance you'll have of getting on air. So if you'd like to be included in community action, just drop me a line. It's Helen Lloyd at Central ITV, Lenton Lane, Nottingham, NG7 2NA.
Christmas Day film action on Central, and a name you won't forget.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Why do you persist in rescuing me, Mr. Bond?
George Lazenby as James Bond.
My demands are not met.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Christmas Day action at 12:25 on Central. Christmas night on Central, a feast of film entertainment. At 11:10, Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones in the all-action Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let her go.
Gene Hackman's frustrated and Barbara Streisand's determined in All Night Long at 1:20. And Kim Basinger is stunning in Hard Country at 3. Action, adventure and romance for Christmas night at the movies on Central.
Before the news, a message from police in Gloucester who urgently want to know the whereabouts of Graham Leech, who's been missing from Coney Hill Hospital for the past 24 hours. Mr. Leech is 55 years old, 5'2" tall, and walks with a pronounced limp. He's in no way dangerous, but because he has the mental age of a very young child, he may be a danger to himself. The police ask Gloucester residents to check their garages, gardens and outbuildings in case Mr. Leech has taken shelter there. He's dressed in jersey and trousers, both dark, but insufficient protection against the weather. Please check, and if you can help in any way, phone Gloucester 21201.
The news from ITV.
Romania fights on, but the people sense victory. Secret policemen surrender to the revolution. Nowhere to hide on the streets of Bucharest. Inside Timisoara and thankful to be alive. Good evening. Members of the ousted Romanian leader's secret police are tonight defecting to join the people and the army, but fighting continues as the revolutionaries try to crush Ceausescu's die-hard loyalists. Some of them say they'll only surrender if they're given firm proof that the dictator has been captured. Tonight, the United States Secretary of State, James Baker, said he will back the Warsaw Pact if it decides to send military aid to the Romanian people. This report from Paul Davis in Bucharest.
Outside the television station, which doubles as the headquarters of Romania's new interim government, hundreds of soldiers and a defensive ring of tanks and armoured cars. For this building is now the prize target for forces still loyal to President Ceausescu. For several hours last night and early this morning, some of the fiercest street battles were waged in the area around the TV station. Despite the regular army units defending the studios, some of the young leaders of the uprising admitted they feared they could be overrun.
We haven't sufficient guns and the men who must soldiers. We haven't enough soldiers.
Dawn brought a temporary halt to the fighting, but no one expected the pause would last for long. Most of these young soldiers and their armour arrived here last night. They say they'll remain until their new leaders no longer need their protection. There was time for a change of socks, a snatched breakfast, and a delivery of fresh ammunition before the troops were called into action again, responding to what appeared to be the fourth attack on their headquarters in 48 hours. They said they'd come under sniper fire from supporters of the old regime. Tanks replied, machine gunning the buildings where it's believed snipers were hiding. Even as the television station came under sniper attack, key workers needed to keep the TV centre operational were guided in from the streets to do their work. Keeping television-free Romania on air no matter what is a priority of the new government. Inside the TV station, we found Zoe Ceausescu, daughter of the deposed president, waiting to be interrogated. She was clearly in a state of shock, not helped by battles raging outside. On the street today, there's confusion, with hundreds of uniformed members of Ceausescu's secret police surrendering and joining the People's Army. It's often impossible to tell who's fighting with who. Paul Davis, ITN, Bucharest.
In Timisoara, the city where the revolution began a week ago, the army has gained the upper hand. But as Colin Baker reports, they're still meeting resistance from roaming groups of Ceausescu supporters.
The people now control the roads in and out of Timisoara, but if attacked, they can never hold them. Some of them shouted, "Give us guns, we cannot fight alone." And so some of them were given guns, but it makes little difference. This local militia guarded a bridge, but there were no bullets for the rifles. Only the officer had ammunition, 5 rounds to last a civil war. In Timisoara, people power is a new concept. It's used by gangs who stop cars to search for the enemy, security policemen, but it's often a simple demonstration of an authority hitherto long denied. There are tanks now in the city centre, where crowds gathered 2 nights ago to acclaim freedom and were then fired upon. The square is now littered with posters brought to protest, and bottles which have been brought to celebrate. The army continually broadcasts messages for the enemy to surrender, but they haven't yet, not in Timisoara. No one knows yet how many citizens died here. About 100 security policemen have been jailed so far. 10 were caught today. This army officer said that they would go on trial